What up? What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Tommy P. It's going down, man, on this Take It There Tuesday. Trying to get my Wi-Fi to catch up. We got a lot of stuff popping off down here, so sometimes catching that Wi-Fi is a chore. But hey, we here, man. We're gonna talk about it. Seeing y'all starting to come up in the room on this it's overcast. Tell you this, it's been raining. Have anybody been noticing it's been kind of like raining since the full moon? Anybody pay attention since the full moon? Ooh. What y'all do at 12:12 on that full moon, Jan? What y'all do with that? Ooh. It's been raining and all stuff like that. It's been looking crazy. Thought it was just me, but that to me though, that sometimes mean that there's a cleansing going on. Maybe there's a cleansing going on. So we definitely gonna cleanse a little bit today. I want to take it there today. I want to talk about some stuff that's going on in the city, and it's gonna be my last chance to rant for 2019 because we are finishing up this week. We definitely wanted to come to you this week to let people know what's been going on, what is about to happen, what's about to pop off, and so. But in next week with the holiday, when we get to the Christmas time, we're gonna have some shows lined up for you that's going to replay some of the stuff that we have done in these past couple years and stuff like that. Ooh, my bad, y'all. My bad. Who's coming up in the room? Let me see who's up in here real quick. Shouts out to all of you. Miss Hill today, thank you for coming up in the room and keeping it on and popping. Some stuff going on out there. City Council, man. That's what I'm gonna take it there today because I'm just like, yeah, we be playing sometimes, yo. We be playing. This be us though. So say what you want to. It's my last. It's my last rant for the new year, son. So it's my last rant for the new year. But yeah, definitely go and like and share this thing, man. We want you to go ahead. If you don't get a chance to check us out at this time, because that's what we have. We've been playing with the times to see where we can get our folks to kind of check us out. I personally like the 10 o'clock thing, but 10 o'clock is kind of challenging, I think, for a lot of people out there. So really the 10:30, and 10:30 has a numerical reference too that I like. So we're gonna be playing with those subliminals this year. We're gonna be rocking with our Hove this year. just so I get y'all start talking stuff. Oh man, but in the music space a lot is going on, and y'all definitely should be checking this out, man. If you not, I made a post the other day. I don't know if you got my screen, homie, but I made a post the other day about Focus Radio. Right now, I know we are playing the hottest music out there. Black Moon got new ones playing right now, man. Black Moon got a new one. Who knew about that? And I think that's what we're learning right now, and that's why we're so excited about being in this space. Because a lot of things where people say we're obstacles or where people say it can't be done, we have made it our business to show that now it can. All you have to do is put a little belief into it, put a little bit of your own energy into making it happen, and oh, by the way, voila! Oh man, but with that same thing in mind, it is interesting to me that just the misunderstanding of people, man. I'm really starting, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to see how people just misunderstand each other. Like, people have great intentions. People be going after or want to do the same thing. And just because emotions and stuff get involved, sometimes it prolongs the possibility of something happening. If those who do, Roanoke being a Bible Belt area, and those who do go to church and get your shout on every Sunday, I really liken it to when Moses was bringing the people out of Egypt, and how Moses, a lot of people don't take into consideration, Moses was the only one who had never lived in bondage. He was the only one who knew how to be free. And yet and still they didn't believe anything he said, so they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. That's not what we're taking it down on Tuesday about. But it is kind of, how could for 40 years here an area go through the things that, and yes, man, we've been hit. And when I say we, I'm talking about I didn't label myself black man. Somebody else did. So therefore, since I fall in that group, I fall in the group that's been hit with stuff for a long period of time. Definitely on this side of the rock, man. But to see that there are people who are pushing forth and doing things in order to change that, I'm still overflowing with joy from the businesses that we had come take a part of the holiday party out there at Holiday Inn, because it just really showed that yes, there are obstacles we are facing, but there are people who are definitely taking advantage of the opportunity to see businesses like Boost Mobile there, see businesses like Royal Movers, to see businesses like Surcap and New Look, knowing that these people are they serious about what's happening. So now we are seeing that as long as we just put our mind to it, we can get it done, man. So thank y'all who supporting it. I do also want to talk about, when we get back, I want to talk about what we got coming up this weekend for the young people, because I think it's very important that we support the young people, keep them encouraged to do something positive. So there's been groups of dance teams out here that's been doing stuff, and I've definitely seen a lot of people talking about online, definitely on Facebook, this platform, talking about how they've seen some of the dance teams out there collecting or raising money in things that, in situations that probably, is not the best look. So we have done our thing to close out the year to show some appreciation to some of these dance groups. We're having a fundraiser, our Giving Tuesday today. We'll be going to that effort, so we're going to talk a little bit more about that, as well as what happened to City Council last night. And of course, I got to wrap up what's going on in sports. So keep it locked. We'll be right back on the Daily Grind, all right?
These people might look similar to you. Some are patients, and some are volunteers. A lot of people without insurance are unsure where to turn. At Bradley Free Clinic, physicians, dentists, and others volunteer to provide free services to people who need them. A healthy community depends on everyone. If you don't have insurance, we can help, because we bring together great health providers and the people who need them.
This is us. This is them. Choose a bank that knows what it means to be local. Bank of Bogota, taking care of you.
Go anywhere you want to go. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Go anywhere you want to go. Travel without worries. Leave your transportation needs to J&K Tours of Roanoke, Virginia, and expect a hassle-free travel experience. Travels without worries. Visit us at jnktours.com or reach us by phone at 540-795-0381. J&K Tours.
Faith for a Cure has a fourfold mission rooted in the cure. We care about the cause. We unite people with people. We partner with researchers in order to provide the most current information for persons living with sickle cell anemia in order to educate and spread awareness about this disease. Learn more about sickle cell anemia at www.faithforacure.org.
Guess who's Bizak? It's your boy T Mizak. Yo, what if I did start rhyming though? What if I just took it at this stage of my life to say I wanted to start a rap career and do mixtapes? Would y'all support it? Y'all get behind that? I'm saying y'all get behind. I mean, y'all all get y'all here, so yeah. But I just figured if I was a rapper, say if I had been a rapper the whole time, and do the stuff I do. Maybe y'all receive me a little harder, because Hov be just talking all kind of stuff about what he do, and y'all be all right with him. What if I just start rapping? Can I start rapping? In the room. See the homie Milton Hardy's up in the room. I have no idea what the Got Donuts part is. I guess I have to figure out that a little later. Zoo, hey, good morning to you. Thank you for stopping by. See, I'm checking in from the Dirty D out there in Detroit. G. Anthony Razor, good morning to you as well, sir. And I gotta send a shout out to the big homie Jarrell Tank Rhodes up in the room, man. We still celebrating around here. We're gonna definitely work on getting him out here. Shouts out to the Wolverines, man. The Wolverines for winning a national championship. We really, like, that's the epitome of seeing something that needs to be done and not only sticking with it regardless of the trials and stuff that come with it, but showing there was a reason why you did it in the first place. So hats off to my brother who's always been a forerunner, one who's been opening up the holes out there in space when we was on the football field. And my homie, when I was down there in Tidewater, like the most critical years of my life, down in that aspect when you had left home and living there, he at college, me in the military. It's good to see what you're doing, brother, and shouts out to you. Even though, you know what I'm saying, all that nice stuff and good stuff, he set me up for failure in my fantasy game, though, because he's the one. He runs the fantasy league, and it just so happened that in my first season that my playoff game would be against him. And yo, if you set up the league, you gotta know, if you got people that sitting on your bench making 40 points and 30, you know something ain't right with that. So all I'm gonna say is, yeah, some foolishness. So I'm out. My fantasy team is out, but thanks to him and the Wolverines for what they did with a national championship. But that foolishness he did on my fantasy, that's my homie though. Hey now to the Five Boy. But I do want to take it here on this Tuesday, man, because in that same space, this is a brother that I've known since we were young. We were ones who, like, okay, if it's not getting done, you know, let's go ahead and do it ourselves. Hence, that's why we brought back Five Boy. That's what the whole Five Boy. It was me, him, and Champ. It's like, all right, let's bring back Five Boy. And we did a lot of other stuff from it. And the funniest statement I've ever heard him say, is when here we are, you know, I think we grown now. I think we're in our early 20s. And everybody was going to jail. Everybody going back and forth to jail. It got so much that people was going to jail that they had desensitized it enough to say, well, I ain't worried about it. I don't mind taking a seat. I don't get big. And I'll never forget that boy. It was, well, I won't say his name, who it was. But he said it and takes it. Wait a minute. I'm so sick of y'all saying that. Man, get big now. Get big now. Y'all don't get it. Because everybody now say, I don't mind getting hit and going to jail. I'll get big in there. He said, man, get big now. Okay, anyway. So I want to take it there Tuesday. In that spirit, man. We have situations that's going on that there's the only reason why I came down to Gainesboro is because I love to trust God for things that I can't do myself. I love to trust God to say, if everybody say there's nothing really, is no value of putting your time and effort down there, that's the type of stuff that God say, okay, try me. And so since we've been down here, I've seen that there's so much value in us coming together and putting our own things together and taking advantage of the opportunity. And so it's been very challenging for me to really take in and digest some of the things I've been seeing with other things that's going on that would challenge anything going forward, anything going positive. I am not down or you won't hear me talking about anyone who is doing something going towards positivity. See, y'all, please keep your mouth off me. That's my take it there for Tuesday. Keep your mouth on me because I ain't done nothing to y'all if y'all mad because I'm pretty. But anyway, so with the thing about taking it down City Council last night, I see that Roanoke City Council again postponed higher ed Center Plaza vote. Written by the homie Matt Chittum. You still can't get my screen? I'll read it anyway because this snail trip is asking me to. I like how they asking me to do stuff before I can read the article. Get that money there, Roanoke.com. But anyway, Matt writes, he said, Roanoke City Council again postponed the decision Monday on selling part of a Gainsborough parking lot to the Roanoke Higher Education Center for a walking plaza, a project that remains controversial despite efforts at compromise with neighbors and civil rights advocates. The vote was reset for January 21st. Higher Ed Center leaders want to acquire part of a city-owned lot across Center Avenue from the center to erect a landscape plaza that will connect the main building of the Clyde Education Complex on nearby Henry Street. Council was set to consider the sale of the land for $10 in September, but paused after Gainsborough neighbors complained that the plaza was planned and put before council without consulting them. The process, they said, recalled urban renewal, the policy under which white-led government used eminent domain to seize more than 1,600 private homes and hundreds of businesses in black neighborhoods for redevelopment. They set a plan to name the plaza for famed civil rights attorney Oliver Hill, who grew up in Gainsborough and later practiced law there briefly, smacked of patronizing the black community. And I'll leave it there. The story is there, man. I would definitely share it up on our Facebook page because it is definitely it's a lot. Brother Finney Matthew up there in Lynchburg doing such a great thing with the Lighthouse, the Lighthouse Community Center, and all they do. Great work, man. We love our partnership with them, as well as the homie Frank Reynolds. I speak of this because it's challenging to me, guys. It's challenging to me, and I'm doing my best to not be controversial. I'm doing my best, and I'm doing my best to be politically correct. I'm doing my best, but I'm very, very, very troubled at this moment at all of this, and that's the only reason why I'm taking it there. I won't go into detail of why I'm troubled, but I would ask that we take a look at what's been going on and what's been happening at least the past 7 years. The past 7 years of possibility things coming. A lot of things have grown out here. As we talk about tank roads. When I did come back here and I got space down here in Gainsborough out of one of the buildings that is still owned by black hands, I said, brother, why you getting it figured out? I said, like, brother, hey, listen, anytime, you know, you got an office here. He not only took a part, he went ahead and moved his office in the first couple years of inception of the Renaissance Academy. They were taking office down here in the Lawson building. So we said, movement of what we can do and how we can push it forward and how we can now start saying what I believe the elders. I just started thinking about that last night, man. I started thinking about what it must have took for the men and women of the black community that had now this area really, really came to its prominence in the 20s, in the 1920s. So in the 1920s, that's 50 years, that's just over 50 years removed from slavery, from being slaves. Not the stuff that we've endured in this time frame. It's 50 years removed from being slaves, where that residual stuff was still falling on them, and that residue was still going on. And those brave souls, they took it upon themselves to not take anything as something that prevented them from building themselves, and positioning themselves to now make the request, so that now, as we have the top in position right now, as I've heard Mayor Lee continue to say, just get the paperwork right, just get the stuff right, just get in position, and that's what someone in that position has to say, because it's more than just one area. He has to take care of the whole city. But we should be able to see that if we come together, and the reason why I'm taking it there today, because I don't care what nobody say, I have availed myself and will continue to avail myself and our resources to be able to push anything that's going towards positivity, Anything that's showing that now with the same effort that's being put into it will be reciprocated, and anything that's going to now say that, hey, we can start owning so that nothing's taken away from us anymore. That's what we do. And so that's why we do it here. Some more businesses that's owning their own thing. Gonna let y'all check them out. We'll be right back, all right?
Was the night before Christmas.
The certified public accounting firm of N. Wesley Pugsley Jr. Associates would like to wish you and yours a very Merry Christmas and
Oh, wait a minute. Dad, we're not going to play that old song. Let's play this.
Hang all the mistletoe.
Nah. I got something better than that. This we need to listen to right here.
Drew.
We're not playing that song.
Anyway, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you're looking for a CPA firm to prepare your taxes, please consider us. We have over 25 years experience and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Healthy food for healthier communities. In partnership with Focus Radio and Apple Ridge Farm, the Well Market is a youth-run farm stand providing healthy, local, organic produce to people living in the Northwest Gainesboro neighborhood. Fruits and vegetables such as greens, potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, and squash are harvested from the George Washington Carver Community Garden in Northwest Roanoke and local farms in Floyd County including Patchwork, Green Island, and Apple Ridge Farm. Money raised from produce sales goes directly back into the program and continues to fund youth involvement and entrepreneurial skill development. Please visit the Well Market every Saturday from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. and help support healthy food for healthier communities. The Well, working, eating, living, and learning together.
So after a depressing loss last night, we knew that how it was going to play out. But yeah, my fantasy team, man. Like I said, this is the malarkey I'm going to tell you about. So my fantasy team, which I will say I made it to, what is this? Because next is the championship game. So in my first season of playing fantasy football, I at least made it to the semifinals. I made it there. You know what I'm saying? No one remembers second place, but at least, I got that far. Now I met the boy got a nerd to call his team the Cold Crush. That's the name of his team, is the Cold Crush. But there's some foolishness. This is a monkey jump foolishness that goes along with it too, because them boys had 70 points. So Raheem, so maybe y'all understand, fans. I don't. This boy had Lamar Jackson starting with Drew Brees sitting on the bench. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? He got stuff like that going on. You know what I mean? That boy had 170. He made 170 points on me. It's making a long story short. But it is starting to heat up in the NFL, man. And I tell you what, I'm not excited at all because I guess this we could call a rebuilding year. I guess this is an identity year that we're trying to figure out at Carolina. But it's crazy that in the East, man, the Bills has now clinched a playoff berth too. So therefore, man, the AFC East is definitely way stronger than the NFC East, because the NFC East, they still don't know how that's going to play out. But over there in the AFC East, man, you got New England Patriots leading and has clinched the playoff berth at 11-3. Buffalo Bills is still and could win a division. They're at 10-4. Like I said, they have clinched the berth as well. The Baltimore Ravens, man, leading all teams with 12-2. Is definitely, they've clinched not only a playoff berth but the division. Pittsburgh is still lingering, but as it looks right now, almost all the teams all the positions all the different playoff stuff is getting set. So it's going to be yet another year of the same teams except for Buffalo. Buffalo has definitely I'm impressed by Buffalo, man. I'm impressed that now they went from where they were at to get to a place, but the sleepers got to be the fact, and I appreciate that from him, man, for Coach Tomlin being and sticking in there. Coach Tomlin, they are right now. They still could make. They still the playoffs. They are still on the ball of being in the playoffs. Pittsburgh Steelers, and with all that they've been going through, and all that they've had happen to them, that's a remarkable feat. So shouts out to Coach Tomlin and what they're doing over there. Over in the NFC, man, the 6 teams that right now would be Seattle, who is at 11-3, and then the Green Bay Packers, which was definitely a sleeper. That's crazy that all 3 of those teams over there in the NFC, Seattle, Green Bay, and New Orleans, all at 11-3. So they've been balling over there. Right now, Dallas Cowboys is the division leader just because they beat Philly, but right now both of them are tied at 7-7, so that can flip flop at any time, man. The Carolina Panthers, why are you laughing? I don't even understand what that was. I don't like that chuckle. I don't like that chuckle that happened right there on the other side of it. But I think the biggest disappointment this year would be the Chicago Bears. I think a lot of people had a lot more they expected of them, and they themselves are fighting to try to get in there, man. It's gonna and I think it's gonna be very, very tough for them to do that. With San Fran at 11-3 as well, Minnesota's at 10-4, and those are who are in those top, bottom slots over there in the NFC. So it doesn't look like Chicago will make it this year, or the LA Rams, man. And so that's going to be very, very interesting to see how that plays out and what that's going to mean for the offseason. Everybody so they got rid of Rivera. Are you worried about Cam? I'm actually not worried about Cam. I was committed to Cam at first. That was my initial. But now I'm more committed to us winning. And I think that the one thing I don't think Cam is leaving. I don't think he's going anywhere. I haven't paid attention. I'm just going with my divine intuition on this one. That he's going to stay. Is because I know it's the boy's first year, but he should have been able to handle simple passes to McCaffrey. At the time that we needed Allen, the boy, to be able to throw, be able to get to the other receivers just enough so McCaffrey could get open, he couldn't execute it. And so I think for that reason alone, we will keep good old Cam Newton, regardless of what he's going on. Yeah, man. Over there also going on NCAA basketball. Of course, we know who's really always going to be that one that at the top of the thing that really makes things happen. And unfortunately, actually, because a lot of people don't know this, I actually played for the Duke Blue Devils. I did. Went to basketball camp there for 2 weeks. So I played for Coach K. I actually played for Coach K. He was my actual coach. This is a true statement. And so, man, but they are the ACC is banging out right now. Louisville, man, has made their mark over there. They're ranked number 3 in the country, followed by UVA is number 9. But them Blue Devils up there at number 4, man, in the ACC. I am excited to see what the big homie will do this year at North Carolina A&T. North Carolina Wolfpack, being Kevin Keats. Firm graduate, played on that firm team, man, and also went and picked his boy up to be on the coaching staff with him, James Johnson, man. So shouts out to them. ACC is the where I rock, so I'm definitely going to be waiting to see how Duke plays out this year. But want to hear who your team is, man, what y'all looking at. Who is going to win the Super Bowl with all those teams 11-3 and right there at the top? I don't want to hear no silliness because it's just your team about, no, 49ers, they're going to win. You know they was undefeated. Now we done seen they done got exposed. And, geez, I ain't trying to hear that Baltimore stuff. Yes, I am I am hating right now because our Carolina Panthers are playing the way we also hate. But it has been a good season, man. I'm waiting to see how it's going to go. Lots of great stuff coming up. Like I said, go to the page and show your support to these dance teams. There's you can purchase tickets to the event they're doing this Saturday at the Dumas Center. We love to keep on having things in the Dumas Center, and this way you can appreciate these young ladies as well as give to their cause. Gotta get out of here, man, but I always love to leave you by saying that thing inside you, it's not a dream, it's your purpose. Set your sights on your targets and hit them, because the only one who can stop you is you. Once you truly start to believe in that thing and walk in your active faith, God will allow it to manifest, and I promise you it's not something I heard. It's something we're living every day and so grateful for it. Be on the broadcast live from the great city of Roanoke, Virginia, man, out to the world. It's the Dave Grind Show right here with your boy, Tommy P. We'll see you tomorrow, all right?